What's poppin', y'all? We are back finally for the end. We have made it. I've been waiting all season damn near for this, but we have finally finished the season. This was a better episode than what I was expecting. I was not expecting it to be any talking points, but I got some notes. I got some shit to talk about. But thumbs up the video, y'all. Drop your comments down below. If you are new here, please subscribe. I'm trying to hit 5K by the end of the year. I think I can do it. I think I'm like 200 away. Do that real quick for me. Drop your comments down below. Let me know what's up. Tell me you here. We're not going to go live tomorrow. You're probably not going to see us go live until the reunion drops. When the reunion trailer drops, I'm going to get on live to debunk that in slow-mo like I did last season. But, yeah, look for that. Look for us then. You're not going to see us live tomorrow again. But this reunion is going to be here. Jocelyn's people, watch my Jocelyn's videos. If you are the Baddies people, watch those. That's going to come out tomorrow. But, yeah, I'm going to be there for that. But, yeah, let's go. Let's go. We're going to wrap this season up finally. All right, so we get back to them pretty much letting us know that Biggie is going to be walking the girls around Santo Domingo. So they're going to be walking around, taking in the culture. They have a tour guide with them. He's pretty much walking with them at the first part. Natalie then lets them know that they're not going to act up today because a few of the girls are going to go with her to a health clinic to give back and donate to the underprivileged. Do y'all think we got to see them go to a health clinic? No. I was hoping that we would, but we didn't. But we'll get to that in a minute. But Biggie, she's going to take the rest of the girls around Santo Domingo, like I said. So they do a baddie shot o'clock. They disperse into their little groups. Ahna, Nunu, Diamond, Tesehki, Tinkabellaaa, Callie, Kiva, and Dirty Meat. They're walking around with each other to Santo Domingo. I thought Biggie was going to be with them. What? No, she was actually. I just didn't write it down, but we'll get to it. But they're walking around. Meatball sees this tobacco store, wants to go in there because they like to smoke. They end up trying to get some weed. Biggie and Ahna, they start arguing over the weed. A leaf. Biggie ends up saying that she don't want to share her leaf with Ahna because she had to pay for it. She pretty much wants Ahna to pay for her own shit, which I'm not mad at that. But then again, it's like, I guess if y'all are so supposedly cousins, like y'all claim y'all are, it shouldn't be such a big deal for y'all to share it. But then again, I see where she's coming from there. I see both sides, honestly. But Ahna is saying that she is weird the way she's acting. So Anna's running around, walking around because they dispersed at this point. She's walking around with Tesehki and Tinkabellaaa. She out here saying, nigga, like I said, if you're not black, don't say it, period, point blank. Ahna don't claim that she's black, so don't go around saying it, period, point blank. But she's walking around with them, bitching and complaining about Biggie to them, as Biggie is over there bitching to Dirty Meat about Ahna. Talking about if her sister talked to her like that, she'd smack the shit out of her. Whatever, Biggie, we know you pick and choose who you want to slap the shit out of. But Ahna ends up saying that that's her sister talking about Biggie at the end of the day, and she's not going to argue with her on camera. I'm like, I thought y'all were cousins, but now she's your sister. And then she said, I'm not going to argue with her on camera, but you just argue with her on camera. But okay. But then we get to Natalie, Rolly, Jela, Scotty, Sapphire, Asian Doll, and Mariah Lynn. This is where they're supposed to be going to a health clinic, organization for a charity, to give back. They are standing in the middle of the street with a bunch of the city people, a bunch of them which looks to be either fans or they see a camera and think, oh, they're on TV. Let's try and get on TV. They're standing around pretty much bombarding them. They're like literally boxed in with all these people. And they start throwing out hundreds and shit, like hundreds and ones. I'm like, okay, is this supposed to be y'all giving back? But they start bombarding them. There's no organization. Nothing about it is giving charity to me. These people could be underprivileged, but they could also be just random people walking on the street. They could be tourists. Nothing about this was screaming charity to me, but I'm like, okay. But Sapphire ends up holding somebody's baby who looks to be all of 1 or 2 years old. Supposedly a mother had gave Sapphire the baby, which is crazy. Like, just handed her off the baby. You don't even know who these bitches are. And if you do know who these bitches are, you handing your child to them is wild to me, but okay. But they couldn't find the mom at one point, but apparently they did because we didn't get to see her giving the baby off to her, but whatever. The child was sitting there crying too while Sapphire was holding the child. But Rolly thought that they were going to be giving back to women in a village, but that's clearly not what it was. But Natalie starts talking about how we should have just went to the women's center. And I'm like, isn't that what you said that y'all was supposed to be doing? Was supposed to be giving it back to like some women's health charity out there in Dominican Republic. I'm like, Natalie, Okay. But then we get back to the other crew where we come back to Ahna and Nunu arguing about a scene that we did not see. Y'all got these cameras with them the entire time. Y'all out here, because when they first filmed the scene, it was like daytime. When they came back to him, it's nighttime. So it's like, y'all have the camera crew out there with them. Why haven't we seen this conversation? Like, why don't y'all have footage of this? This is why Zeus irritates me. But Tinkabellaaa is saying that Ahna was starting with Nunu. I think that's what it said. But Nunu ends up saying that she gonna beat the fuck out of Ahna. Ahna then starts calling Nunu weird. Nunu says that everything was great until Ahna started with the mess. Which, when you watched at the beginning of the episode, Nunu was copacetic with everybody. She's happy, smiling with everybody. It didn't seem like Nunu was on that type of like rah energy. Like the rest of them was all trying to be happy and fun because they all together. But she said that she overheard Ahna talking to a producer about her and Biggie's issue. And then she overhears her name being mentioned. And she wondered, what the fuck do I have to do with you and Biggie arguing? Which is a valid point. That's a valid thing to be concerned about. But Ahna ends up saying that she told him that she felt overwhelmed and said that Nunu was eavesdropping and felt the need to check her. We're going to get to Ahna in a minute. But Nunu ends up saying she ain't say nothing to her. She said she's sitting there being weird knowing that nobody can touch her. Who said that? Yeah, Nunu said that Ahna is being weird, saying that nobody can touch her. And I'm sitting there saying, who? Like, just because she claims that she's injured, and even if she is injured, if you popping shit the way you popping it, I don't give a fuck if you injured or not. If you gonna talk like you gonna hit me and you out here hitting other people, I'm going to hit you. If I have an issue with you to the point where I want to hit you, I'm gonna hit you regardless of the issue. Like, you could be injured or not, I'm still going to hit you, because if you talk the way Ahna talks and hits people the way she does when she claims she's injured, you can take these hands. Like, at this point, it is what it is. So when they try to stop themselves from hitting her, regardless if producers are stopping them from doing it or not, no production, nobody is going to stop me from doing what I want to do. That's the part that I don't understand with these people on the show. Maybe they're scared of getting kicked off the show, but that's the difference between them and me. I'm not the type of person that would be, if I go on a show and they tell me if I hit somebody, I'm going home. Like, I don't care. Like, I don't care. Like, if I have a reason to hit somebody and I want to do it, you can't wave no money in my face. You can't tell me anything to stop me from doing it. So that's why I'm like, y'all are crazy not hitting this bitch when she does what she does. But Nunu ends up saying that she keep hearing Ahna saying these bitches, this bitch, that, this bitch. She says, bitch, I'm going to fuck this bitch up. That's what I'm going to do. Fuck that injury reserve shit. I said, exactly. Now do it. She didn't do it. But Nunu ends up saying that she's on her ass. Ahna says that she feels like Nunu's only trying her because she's injured. I'm like, no, you copping, please. You trying to stop yourself from getting your ass beat and using that as an excuse as to why you can't get in a one-on-one fight. But you so quick to jump in other people's fights and get licked in and try and jump somebody. So you the one that's trying to cop, please, saying that you injured because you scared. But Ahna swearing up and down that she ain't even talking about Nunu. Nunu ends up getting separated. Ahna is still running her mouth to anybody who will listen. But this is where Ahna got herself caught up, because she gets in this confessional and pretty much tells on herself and proves that she's a liar. She gets in the confessionals and says, see, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I was talking about with the producers, how these new bitches, who Nunu was a new bitch, are different from last season. And if she wasn't her, she slapped the shit out of her, talking about Nunu, and she got something for her at the reunion. I said, so you was lying. So you just proved what Nunu said, that she overheard you talking about her. You just said you would slap the shit out of her. So clearly you're a liar. And I'm like, you like, come on, be for real. But they all get back together. Biggie ends up taking them to the Monument of Cologne, which we find out is a super big artifact out there in the Dominican Republic. That's my sister. Hold on, because I need to close this door. So yeah, we find out that that's a big artifact in the Dominican Republic. She lets him know that she got them gifts and everything, and how they finished the season so strong. I'm like, yeah, y'all didn't finish it strong, but okay. Like, this was the worst season. When I tell you this was the worst season, y'all said for the longest time Baddies ATL was the worst season of the show, which I don't even think before this season that was the worst one. I feel like if any season was the worst one before this season aired, it was Baddies East, because of how just it was tacky, it was dark, it was a big bully season, so that was the worst season for me. But this season tops it though. This is the absolute worst season of the show. This is the season that made me say, I'm done. Like, when I say I'm done, like, if I do next season, which it'll be determined with the cast and the trailer, like I told y'all, I'm done now. Today I'm standing by that, but I'm not going to say for sure until I see what that cast looks like whenever they drop it and what that trailer looks like whenever they drop that. But if I do next season, it will 100% be the last time. Because this show I feel like it's run its course. I truly do. I feel like it's run its course. The principles, all that type of stuff. We'll get to that in a minute because somebody later on brought it up and I stand on it. But, I just went on a tangent. But Biggie was talking about how she had surprises for them and whatever. And we find out the surprise is what? Fireworks. I'm like, where's the gifts? Like, what gifts are you talking about? Maybe she gave it to him off camera, but they didn't show it, which is why I think it was crazy because, like, why would you show that scene of her talking about giving them gifts, but we didn't get to see the gifts, but whatever. But they then arrived to the restaurant for the Last Supper. Natalie claims they have food for once. I'm sitting here trying to remember if I even saw any food. I don't think I saw any food. Y'all let me know if there was food on the table. I can't remember. But it's the last dinner and the last chance for them to pretty much get everything off their chest. Natalie goes around the table, pretty much asking everybody about their experiences. Kiva says she was happy. She had a good experience. She got to travel. This is the first time she had a passport. She got the passport to come on Zeus and film. And she learned a lot of things about herself. She did her outro. Nunu was next. She said she's happy she got to be there, be herself, be Nunu, get to show her personality, and fight bitches and do whatever. And they did her outro. But she also then said that she had issues that needed to be addressed with Ahna, and they're going to have to stand in the paint. AKA, you ducked your fades here, but we're going to get that shit at the reunion. Ahna then jumps in and claims she always stand in the paint. No, you don't. No, you don't. You had to tag in Diamond to run your phase. You couldn't run it with Kiva. You stepped behind other people to then pop your shit. But then when time comes to actually get in the field, this season, you didn't get in the field. And you can use all that, you and your fans, Legend included, y'all can use that injured bullshit all you want. That shit it don't mean nothing to me. Because if you can do this, you can do this. Like, and if you can hit somebody when they getting jumped, you can get out there in a one-on-one. And if you know you injured, stop running your mouth, especially the way you do. Because if you run your mouth the way you do and somebody hits you in your face, regardless if you injured or not, that's what it is. She lucky the women that she got on the show are the women that she got on the show. Because if she was a nigga and she was doing that type of shit to me, regardless if Nunu, like I said, regardless if Nunu started it, she still continued to egg it on. She still continued to talk crazy. And when you do certain things that provoke people, and then what she did to Kiva better than me. Small or not, you jump me, I'm hitting you. And I'm going to make sure you feel me. And like what Tesehki said later on, me, I'm the type of person, I ain't King Kong, I ain't Terrence Crawford. But when I do fight, I know how to. I know how to. And when I do throw punches, they connect and you feel them. But that's just how I feel. Like, I feel like regardless of the situation, if you decide to do that to me, you're going to feel me. Like, period, point blank. But I've been getting into tangents, boy. But that's what they were doing. They started arguing or whatever. She claims that if Nunu would have spoke to her the first night, her heel would have been in her face. So I'm pretty much thinking to myself, okay, so first night you were supposedly super duper injured. This is the end of the show where you should be quote unquote healed. So you basically said if she would have hit you on the first night, you would have thrown the heel in her face. Pretty much saying that you would have been on that rah-rah energy on the first night, which then completely counteracts everything you've been saying about you being injured. But whatever. They start arguing or whatever. Honest calling Nunu a fan. Nunu said save that energy for the reunion. I ain't got nothing else to say to this hoe if I can't hit her. Period, point blank. We get Callie Coon. She gets to do her outro. She pretty much then says that she feels like the OGs are bullying. And then she talks about Jela, saying she feels like she was. Jela says, so you think I'm a bully? She says, yes. Jela said, she said that Jela had came down, I guess one of the days, calling them washed up. Jayla says, I don't know what the fuck you talking about. She don't know what the fuck she's talking about. She said, I stand on business. I stand on principles. She said, Callie, you were standing up for your friend, and I have the right to call you a dummy for what you was doing. And she did look like a dummy. Jayla was not wrong with her issue with Gretchen. Jayla was not wrong with her issue with Callie. Y'all don't like Jayla, and if you feel hit, you gonna holler in these comments. You are gonna holler in these comments. But y'all, and I'm speaking to the ones that feel hit, if you don't feel hit, you're not going to respond to this. But the people that do not like Jayla, and I'm going to make this a point to state it. Yes, I like Jayla, but I will clock somebody when they're wrong, even if I like them. Jayla was not wrong in any situation that she had this season. Biggie started with Jayla when Jayla just responded to a question that Natalie had asked her on a live, regardless if she answered it being shady or petty. It was an honest answer that she gave to a question that she was asked. She didn't start it. She was asked a question and she answered it. Biggie got her ass online talking about, I'm going to slap the shit out of you when I see you. So she saw Jela and Jela made her stand on it. Yes, Jela might have dragged it out a little bit, but you still said you was going to slap me, so I want you to slap me. And she didn't do it, so Jela was like, slap me. I want you to slap me. And every single time I'm going to hit you because you should never say that shit to me. Wasn't wrong in that. The issue with Gretchen. She, at the beginning, with the Claremont twins, addressed it in a calm manner. I will not let y'all sit here and say that she did not do that before she jumped on her. She said, you do not need to say nigga because you are not black. She even asked her, are you black? Even though she knew damn well that girl was not black. And y'all can sit here and try and gaslight somebody all y'all want into believing that this white girl is black. Just because she's a Latina does not mean she's black. That girl is white. If she got pulled by the cops, they will call her white. And I guarantee you she would not say she's black. Because guess what? She already knows she is a white woman. Y'all can sit here and play them games all y'all want. You're not going to gaslight me. But she then told Jela and the rest of them black women that was in her face that she don't give a fuck if they are offended by her saying the N-word. She then proceeded to continue to do it, which is why Jela cracked her in her face. Y'all want to say Jela jumped her? Jela didn't jump her. Jela was the first person. Go back and rewatch it. She was the first person in that scene to swing on her. She can't help the fact that Slim, Dia, Meatball all started coming after her. They decided to jump in after they was jumping. Jela wasn't jumping her. So Jela had every right to do that. Then what she just said about Callie trying to be Hamas's guardian angel and take up for her over an issue that had nothing to do with her. Yeah, Jela was right for calling her out about that too. Jela was right for fighting her because Callie was the one that was talking tough, acting like she wanted to fight. So Jela said, I'm on whatever time you want. If you want to fight, we can fight. It is what it is. And that's why they fought. And you see Callie has no longer ever ran back up. Not on no one-on-one shit. Like what Jela said on Bad Girls Club. You will get enough of running up. And she got enough. But that's just what it is. Y'all can say what y'all want to say. If you feel hit, you're going to be hollering. But I stand on what I said and I mean it. But, and I'm giving y'all this is going to be a long recap because I'm getting it all off my chest right now because it might be the last time. But, where was I at? All right. Jayla said, I never picked on you. She said, when something needs to be addressed, she always stands on it and she stands on what she believes. She's a passionate person because she stands on morals and principles. She has couth and decorum. None of that is a lie. None of it is a lie because she's the only woman on that season that stood on values, couth. And when I say values, I mean values as a black woman, as a black person, as somebody who is black. You should stand on those values considering the history behind that word and why we took ownership of that word and replaced the ER with A and made it ownership for black people only. But if y'all want to sit there and be coons, y'all can go right ahead. But she's not one and I'm not one. So I see nothing wrong with what she did. But Callie then says that she feels like Natalie was a bully in the beginning. That is not a lie. That is not a lie. But Natalie claims that she's never been called a bully. And it's crazy. That is crazy because you've been called a bully and you know it. You've been called a bully since you've been on TV. But she then says in her confessionals that you should know your place and don't come for the OGs and shut the fuck up. That is you trying to bully her into not having a voice because you're an OG. But okay. But I don't want to say bully. That wasn't bully. That was more so you trying to control her and strong arm her into doing it. But they addressed Callie coming in aggressively, which I don't think she was aggressive when she came in, claiming that she was an HBIC. She tried to deny it, but Sapphire then says that she did. She then stands down and says, I smoke a lot of weed, so maybe it happened. Callie then says that she didn't mean it in a way of like bullying or whatever. She didn't, and I don't believe she did. The way she came in there super confident and standing her own ground. So that was when I liked Callie. But Tinkabellaaa, we moved to her. She had a good experience getting a chain. They do her outro. She then says that she lost a bond with her sister and it's deep for her. She then says that before they got on the show, she asked Dirty Meat to not embarrass or disrespect her. They were supposed to come in and pretty much ride for each other, stand with each other against every bitch that even tried it with them. Tesehki then says, not against me. Tinkabellaaa said, be quiet, please. I said, okay. Somebody's standing up against Tesehki. But Tesehki ends up saying dead ass and Tink says, I'm asking y'all nicely, pretty much saying what she was. So like she was trying to get her piece off of her chest, which was the point. Tesehki, I don't know why Tesehki, and I love Tesehki. Y'all know I do. But this is where I prove I'm not. It cracks me up when people try to tell me I'm biased. Like, you cannot watch what I say and call me biased. But okay. But Tesehki, I don't understand why she even took. I don't even understand why she even said what she said. Like, Tinkabellaaa didn't have an issue with you, so why are you even speaking? But whatever. I guess she felt hit. But Tink ends up saying, if this chain costs us our friendship, I will give it back to Natalie, or I'll give it to you to get my sister back. I said, you better than me. Because she proved to you that your friendship is not worth anything to her. So why would you? I understand she's trying. You can tell she's a better friend to Meatball than she ever was to her. But me, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I said, fuck her. Like, she pretty much showed you her value is in a chain, which means she doesn't have enough value for her own self. She doesn't value her own self. So how is she going to value you in a friendship? She needs to take a step back and work on her own inner confidence. Figure out them insecurities, because she can't even be in a relationship, let alone a friendship. She can't be in a healthy friendship. She can't support you because she has issues with herself. That's number one. Because if you put all your value in a chain, your self-worth in a chain, that says a lot about you. That does. But Dirty Meat then says no, because I feel like we both deserve it. Tinkabellaaa says no, you don't, because if you really felt that way, you would have said it. I said that's the truth. Tinkabellaaa then says that you ain't even being you. You sitting here fronting. None of these bitches know me, and none of these bitches know you for real, for real. She gets up and stands up, and she says that when she got her chain, you were supposed to be the first bitch in my face. You were supposed to be the first one giving me my flowers and like propping me up, which is true. She then says when they leave, they're going to go their separate ways. Mariah Lynn is walking in at this point, and they trying to make it a moment. Natalie then turns the attention to her. I'm like, shut up. Like, they're just trying to have, like, this is real content. Y'all actually have some content. Like, you have friends hashing out their issues. Let that ride out. But Natalie tried to turn it away, but then it got back to Meatball. So Dirty Meat then says that she felt like she was the baby in her confessionals, having her outro. Yeah, because you wanted them to treat you like a baby. But she ends up saying them hoes is wishy-washy and do anything for camera time. One day they cool, one day we not. I said, it's funny that you saying that, because you talking about yourself. You the most wishy-washy bitch on this show. And I'm like, when you said like one day we cool, one day we not, kind of like how you did Jela at this reunion, word on the curb is you decided that you wanted to flip and fight her for camera time, claiming that you're doing it for Biggie, when Biggie was the one that was popping shit online on YouTube as the show was airing, which is why Jela then decided to want to beat her ass again after we watched her squash her beef with Biggie on the show, and she didn't give Biggie any more issues throughout the show. But now you want to then jump in and have a fight with Jela because you want to have a moment, but you wouldn't do that shit with J.O. because you know J.O. would beat the shit out of you, and you scared of J.O., which is why you decided to do what you did later on. But we're going to talk about that too, but we're going to get to that in a minute. Meatball, I'm not a fan of her. But she ends up saying that her and Tink came in there together, they're leaving together, and will be cool post-show. I'm like, that's scary. Like, you can tell she's trying to control Tinkabellaaa. Tinkabellaaa said no because I'm tired, and I'm like, good. You don't need to be friends with her. But she then apologizes for how she made Tinkabellaaa feel. And then says, but at the end of the day, you have to understand how I feel, and she never understands how she feels. I'm like, what is there to understand? The fact that you're jealous and you don't love yourself and you're a hater of your own friend? You're a sideline hater of your own friend? Like, what more is there to understand? But Tinkabellaaa says that she forgives her, but she doesn't accept her apology because it's bullshit, and she knows it's bullshit. I said, exactly. But we moved to Diamond's experience. She loved it. I love Diamond. We're going to get to her in a minute, but I love Diamond. I love her. Even though what happened to her at that reunion is crazy, I love her. I feel like, yes, she does a lot for cameras, but I feel like deep down in here, she's real. And we'll get to it in a minute. But Biggie, we get to her. It's her third season in 1 year. It should be her last. She is the epitome of a punk. But she's happy that they got to come to her country, which I am happy about that too. We got to see her culture. We got to see places that a lot of us have never been. So like I said, that's why I really wanted to see this season, because I wanted to see all these different countries and places that I've never been. So we got to see, and I feel like this was the Caribbean. This was the country that we got to see more of the culture. And with it being Biggie's, it was cool for her. But she says that she made a bigger bag last season than they did this season, but she's leaving with a bigger bag this season. I'm like, okay, I guess that means that you got a bigger appearance check this season than you did the other two seasons, because what you just said wouldn't have made any sense. But I'm like, okay. But she also said that it's the first season that her and Rolly got to enjoy each other. They hug it out. Rolly enjoyed her season with her as well. Ahna, we moved to her. She said it was amazing. She came to Puerto Rico and Dominican Republic, to the two places that she's from. She claims that she grew as a person and handles things more maturely. I said, yeah, okay. Okay. But she says that she can't be fighting bitches forever. I said, then watch your mouth. Watch what you say. But she then starts crying because they helped her get through what was a difficult time, which allegedly was a DV. Nunu says, stop running your mouth, aka about the fighting and the arguing, not trying to do that forever. I'm like, exactly, stop running your mouth, stop doing what you do. But Diamond ends up saying that she looks over at Dirty Meat, who has a knife in her hand, and she got up and walked away to the other side of the table to avoid her. It sounds reasonable to me, because y'all remember what happened the last time. She had scissors threatening to shank J.O. That is a liability. That's the problem. The fact that this is on camera and she was still there. That's why I can't do it. That's why I can't do it. But Nunu ends up telling, Natalie ends up asking Diamond why she moved over there. And Diamond said, because I don't feel safe. Valid. Meatball then says it's a butter knife. I said, and it's still a knife. It still can be used as a weapon. She said, but I got hands. I said, but you had them scissors for J.O. You wasn't trying to use them hands for her. You was trying to shank her. Like, be for real. But Tesehki, we moved to her. She had a good experience. She said there was too many unnecessary fights. I'm like, yeah, the one that you had with Jelly Bean was one of them. But she then says that she got to vibe with her girl Tink. Dirty Meat is over there making weird faces and grunting and making all these noises. And Tesehki says, see, that's the problem. Y'all don't have respect for each other, and that's what she don't like about a lot of them. I said, that's valid. That's valid. She also then says we should be able to get along. And Tesehki said, what she said right here was facts. She pretty much said along the lines is, this fighting that y'all do is not fighting. What I do is fuck people's faces up. I traumatize people. We know that to be true. We know that to be true, and we're going to see it in a couple weeks. But she said, like, if y'all not doing that type of fighting, y'all should be able to get along. Nothing about that was a lie. Nothing about it. But she says, I guess there's spaces like that, which is here on Baddies, and that's all I got to say. I was like, hello. But Sapphire, we get to her. She said things were different coming into the season. People judged her from last season, rightfully so, because of the way that you treated your friend. Anybody would be judging you. But she starts crying, saying that she didn't deserve it. I'm like, okay, whatever. But she said she came in ready to fight people, and she didn't feel like she had to and should have had to do that. But she said people got to see the real Sapphire this season. I do believe that, apart from the stuff with Bianca and stuff, like I said on my live with Movie Bay Legend, I think it was the one with January Flowers as well, I enjoyed Sapphire more this season than I did last season. I feel like her confessionals were her shining moments. Obviously, she's bad as fuck. That woman is fine. And she knows how to dress. Like, she physically is what a baddie is. That is a baddie. The body is banging. The face is right. The clothes, the fashion sense. She's got it all. It's just the lacking of genuine friendship that she can portray and be to a friend. That was what was the issue. But she thanks them for learning and loving her for who she is, and she'll never forget the experience. Jela said coming back this season, she was nervous because the last time she was on the show was a lot different than what it is. It evolved over time, which it has. Social media presence from Baddies South to where it is now, completely different. It's so much bigger now. But she appreciates them for allowing her to show up as herself, mature, spiritual, all of what Jela is. She said she didn't know what to expect it was easy breezy for her. She said that when she said she was going to come back, she was going to give us BGC 14 Jela, and she delivered that. That is what she did. She said the face card never declines. It doesn't. That's a beautiful woman. Beautiful. Y'all want to call her handsome Squidward all y'all want because she has no hair, which she chose to cut off. Y'all act like she didn't have hair. And even if she doesn't have hair, she's still prettier than damn near every bitch on this show. You can't take nothing from her. And the ones that's calling her bald headed, y'all is ugly as fuck. Like, let's keep it real. But she said if any bitch get in her face, she was sliding them. And she did. She didn't lose a single fight this season. Regardless if y'all want to give it to her or not, that's the facts of the matter. But she said that they are a sisterhood. They might not all get along, but they have to find ways to work it out. Sisterhood, I don't know about that, but okay. Well, we get Mariah. She has a sob story I didn't write much about. Asian doll, pretty girl, love her outside of the show. She said her experience was lit, but she really didn't do much besides fight Mariah Lynn. Scotty ends up saying that the food sucked. She said, don't walk in here thinking that it's just a fighting show. Come with personality and fashion. That's what it should be. But I said, you need to talk to your friend. She said, you don't have to come in here thinking that you always got to fight to be on the show. Your friend says otherwise, but okay. Rolly, she said she's been on this network longer than anybody sitting there. That's not a lie. She said that she had moments of growth and hopes to keep it going. And she says she's going to come back regardless of what anybody says or does, which we all know that's very likely not a lie. But I will say she did show some growth this season. She was super tolerable this season. Like, I enjoyed her this season. I enjoyed her commentary. I enjoyed her exuding some maturity. I do feel like this season she showed some maturity, and I enjoyed watching it. Regardless if she was being petty with Mariah Lynn, I enjoyed it because it was funny. But for the most part, she was not being a bully. And that's what she was last season. Like, she was truly that. So I hope that growth that we've seen this season is true. Not a fan of her because I can never forget what she did. But I like to hope that this is who she is. And if I continue to watch her on the show and she continues to be this way, I might end up turning it around. But me, once I don't like you, 9 times out of 10, it's not going to happen. I'm not going to switch it, but we'll see. But, yeah, she says everybody has to learn to have growth. It took her a couple seasons to do it. I'm like, at least you're self-aware. But she says she feels Meatball deserves a chain because she's a baddie or whatever. But she's like, I feel like you deserve a chain, but you have a lot of growth to do to become a baddie. I said, where's the lie? Like, in here, she got to grow. Physically, like I said, me in my mind, baddie, what would you call a baddie when you see a woman walking on the street? You say, that's a baddie. Why? Because she looks the part. She's beautiful. She knows how to dress. She knows how to carry herself. Meatball, she don't know how to carry herself. She don't know how to make herself look presentable as a woman. She just walk around. And when I call her Dirty Meat, her nickname is Meatball, but 9 times out of 10, you look at every episode that we've watched this season, she looks dirty. That is not a baddie to me. That's not a baddie to me. When she puts makeup on and puts herself together, she's not a bad looking woman. She's not. She's not. I'm genuinely saying that. She's not. But she doesn't care to look like that. So, and then with the belly being out and everything, I'm all about body positivity. Do what you do with your body. But like, she put a t-shirt on, a crop top t-shirt that looks dirty as fuck. Look like something that you go paint the house in. And then be walking around like that in the club. Like, women don't look like that. Women don't carry themselves. Most women don't carry themselves like that. Grown men, most men don't walk around looking dirty like that. Some do, but most don't. But you as a woman, I feel like women hold themselves to a different standard, and I feel like she's not meeting that. But maybe she don't have them standards for herself, which hopefully she changes that. But if you don't have them type of standards for yourself, I don't think you are a baddie. But she said at the end of the day, Kiva and Nunu, she said, them 2 bitches right here, they came in and stood on business together. And she said to Natalie, if you don't give them 2 bitches a chain tonight, I'm flipping tables. I said, talk about it. Because they did. Everything she said about them was true. But Natalie ends up claiming that she thinks every girl at the table is a boss-ass bitch. I skipped hers because we don't heard Natalie talk about it every season. But she then says that she has 1 chain, and the 3 people up for the chain is Dirty Meat, Callie, and DiamondtheBody. She asked everybody to raise their hand if they think me should get it. Everybody but Asian Dog, Callie, Nunu, Kiva, and Diamond raised their hand. I'm like, out of Callie and Diamond should have got it. If not Diamond, it should have been Callie. But she asked them to raise their hand if they think Callie should do it, or Callie should get it. Tink raised her hand. Callie said, I'm not tripping over it. I'm Blueface's sister. I know regardless, I'm going to probably end up getting one. Diamond, this is where I'm like, I respect Diamond. Diamond says she don't know what the big deal is with this chain because I came in with my own. AKA, she's a real baddie. She didn't have to come on the show to get a chain to go around flossing and flexing like I'm really like that because I got a chain now. I got ice on my neck that was gifted to me. I didn't go get it myself. I didn't work for it. Diamond worked for hers. Diamond got it. She got it by her own merit. She came on this show and had the shit herself. She said, I don't get what the big issue is because I got my own shit. So I really don't give a fuck about that chain. I said, this is why I will respect you. This is why I will respect you. But Diamond ends up telling Natalie, give the shit to Meatball because she the one that's been begging and crying for it all season. I died laughing because I'm like, that's shade, but everything about it is true. Give the shit to the bitch that wants it so bad. She wanted it so bad, give the shit to her. I don't care. I don't want it. I got my own DT. I got mine that says DTB, not Baddies. Who the fuck wants to walk around with a Baddies chain on as a grown woman? I'll walk around with mine, DTB, my brand. Like, I fully respect her. But Natalie ends up claiming that she deserves it. Talking about Meatball deserves it. I'm like, okay, if she deserved it, she would have been and had it. But Diamond ends up saying everybody sitting there is fake as fuck. Where's the lie? She said, because y'all claiming that y'all love Tinkabellaaa, but y'all are okay with her sister being weird as fuck to her the whole season about this chain, just to then turn around and give the chain to her op. I said, where is the fucking lie? But Diamond ends up saying that she don't feel like Meat deserves a chain. She said it in front of all of them. Real as fuck. I don't blame her. Everything she said was true. She also says that she's been a jealous ass bitch the whole time. She lame as fuck. She's saying all this shit in front of Meatball. Did Meatball get up and leap across that table? Absolutely not. But Meatball claims that she bout it, and she got them hands, and acting like anybody that would press her, she would get up and do it. She is calling you a fake, lame, weird, jealous ass bitch, and you ain't do shit. Diamond was pulling her card, if you ask me. But Tinkabellaaa, Rolly gets weird here, snatches the chain, goes over and gives it to Meatball. Tinkabellaaa then runs around the table, applauding her, pretty much showing her this is what a real friend is, this is what I do, but she better than me, I wouldn't have done it. She got over there and puts the chain on and says, despite it all, I'm not no hater. I'm showing her, look, I'm a real ass bitch regardless. And Dirty Meat now wants to pop her shit at Diamond, who could give two fucks. Diamond was sitting over there like this. Can we go home now? Like, that's what she was doing. But Natalie then trying to get tough with Diamond, saying that she ain't giving the chain to nobody. What did she say? She said, I ain't giving the chain to nobody because... What did she say? Yeah, I'm not giving the chain to nobody because what you did talking to Diamond, what you did was disgusting. What about everything you do, Natalie, that's disgusting? And she says she going to fly back home on her helicopter. I said, the one that Zeus pays for? Okay. But that was it. I'm ready for the reunion. I gave y'all a 37-minute recap / rant. But please, if you got this far and have not already, thumbs up. Also, subscribe. If you are new, please do that. 5,000. I'm trying to get there. Drop your comments down below because I know y'all probably got some comments and some thoughts on what I said and what the episode was. But I will see y'all tomorrow for Jocelyn's Cabaret. And yeah, I will see y'all at the reunion. Peace.